guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin Cosplay, and today we are back again, guys, with The Last of Us. Last of Us, episode 8.
When we are in need. Troy Baker is in this episode. We saw him in the thumbnail.
She's fangirling.
So, yes, I'm fangirling. So last episode was the flashback to what happened to Ellie and Riley. So when Ellie was bit. It was really sweet, really sad. The both of them were best friends, and eventually, you know, they shared a kiss. They had feelings for each other, and they didn't get to enjoy it very much and for very long, because as soon as they showed each other, you know, that they cared and that they wanted to be together, they got bit, and Ellie was the one that survived. So Riley was a Firefly. She had just left the QZ's military school to join the Fireflies, and she was leaving. So she wanted to give Ellie this last night with her, where it was the perfect date. Like, she showed her the mall, and she had like the 5 wonders of the mall, and she really wanted to give her a good time. And it was really cool to see them enjoy their youth together. It's just sad that it had to end like this. And in the present, Ellie was, you know, doing everything in her power to keep Joel alive, because there's no fucking way she's letting another person she cares about die while she gets to move on. So this is pretty much where we left off, and we know what's gonna happen next. The cannibals, the fucking crazy, you know, group that goes after Ellie.
You better bring it, man.
Yeah, Joel is gonna turn into a beast. Hopefully he does, because like I said a couple episodes ago, in order for the lack of confrontation to be worth it, I kind of need one big confrontation where he is a badass. Not that he hasn't been a badass, but I kind of need the badass Joel from the game once, at least once. Maybe this episode, maybe the next episode. I kind of like that. After that, there's the Firefly showdown. So this episode is going to be about them, the whole episode, and I'm excited. Ellie is not out of the woods. So yeah, let's just jump into this episode right away. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it as much as we will, because this show has been really good so far.
Alright.
And don't forget to subscribe, you guys, if you want to see more of these. And check out our Patreon for the full-length reaction to this episode. Let's go!
Revelation 21. And God shall wipe away all tears from their eyes.
He made him a preacher.
Did you recognize the voice?
The voice?
Yeah?
Oh, that's not Troy Baker.
Oh, okay.
That's David.
Oh, okay.
The creepy guy that...
I've read this passage.
The showdown's gonna be there.
Do you
That's the
remember
same
what comes
place.
next? And God will wipe away all tears from their eyes. Neither will there be any more pain, for the former things are passed away.
So are they grieving the death of the guy Joel killed?
I think. We're not supposed to know.
When he killed, yeah.
We'll bury your father in the spring.
Sorry, that was weird. So to them, Joel is the bad guy.
Troy Baker?
How much do we have left?
Maybe a week.
I sense doubt in there.
I haven't lost faith in you, David. I'm just scared.
Not from them.
From you. Are you doubting me?
I still believe.
The last 6 months have been hard.
For all of us,
I'm used to playing the main character in the show, and
you're with
this
me.
guy, Pedro Pascal, stole my character. Sorry.
Now go get our guys. We're going hunting.
Weirdly enough, it fits that he's like this preacher dude who's, you know, he's kind of like this guy that guides the community. It makes sense for his character. And it makes him look like the sympathetic, you know, gentleman that understands and he's there for you. But when you know what he's capable of doing, it's crazy. Go get it. Come on. She's gotta go hunting. They need food. They have like 2 cereals. With the gun that she sucks at using. I mean, I do wonder if they're gonna give her the bow and arrow.
Ah.
Well, clicking usually is not a good thing in this universe. It could be the deer.
That's the deal.
Yep. Caress it, like he said.
Whoa, nice.
Now follow the blood. Don't get lost. This is not the Blair Witch Project. This reminds me of the hunting game we used to have on our computer.
Oh my god, yes. Have you managed to win the game,
Thank you.
please? That's so
We'll see,
bad.
anyway.
Quickly, whoever shot it's probably nearby.
You don't touch my deer, motherfuckers.
Don't! Drop your rifles!
Drop your rifles.
Now!
It's 2 against 1, Ellie.
Yeah, but she's got them.
My name's David. This is my friend James. We're from a larger group, women, children, and we're all very, very hungry.
So am I.
We can trade you for some of the deer. We have, what do you need? We have,
Medicine? Like for infections.
we do.
Buddy boy can go get it. He comes back, you get half the deer.
The mistake was to imply that she desperately needed medicine.
Go talk to Howard. Bring back 2 bottles and a syringe. It's not code, James. Do as I said.
This feels like deja vu. Like I've played this before. I love that they made him play a character in the part of the game where he wasn't. This fucking chapter.
You really should be out
I
there all
hated
alone.
it.
I'm a decent man, just trying to take care of the people who rely on me.
Is this some weird cult thing?
Well, you sort of kind of got me there. I am a preacher. Before that, I was a teacher. Math.
A teacher
So
who
you
found
went from
religion?
teacher to
No
preacher?
fucking wonder
What
people
fucking
follow
rhymes.
him. He'd be good at giving what people
Well, I
need
found God.
hope.
I believe everything happens for a reason. We didn't expect this winter to be so cruel. Game's been hard to find. So I sent 4 of our people to a nearby town to scavenge what they could. Only 3 of them came back. And the one that didn't was a father. He had a daughter just like you. Turns out he was murdered
He
by this
attacked
crazy
first.
man. That crazy man was traveling with a little girl.
Oh.
He attacked first. Bull fucking shit.
Everything happens for a reason. James, lower the gun. Did you bring the medicine?
Yeah, but
Throw it to her.
He flew those 4 miles. It's easy to see them as the villains,
Back away.
Ellie and Joel. But the guy attacked first. They did nothing, they were leaving.
I know you're not with a group. You won't survive for long out there. I can protect you.
Yeah, right.
so you're just gonna let it get away.
He did say that, I mean, James was losing faith, you know, that he wasn't believing as much. Like, he's kind of losing his control over the people, so he needs retribution. He needs to show them he still got it. And poor girl, she led them right to him.
Okay, the fuck do I put this Joel? Fuck it.
No, not like this, honey.
Well, she doesn't, I mean, he's unconscious, so. It's her dad. She didn't even deny, like when he said, "Is that your dad's gun?" She didn't even say shit. Because she knows. Deep down, she knows. They are starving. I do wonder if they're gonna make it as, you know, the community
What is
doesn't
it?
really know what they're eating.
Venison.
Is it like a select few that know?
I think it is.
Big one.
I was wondering when she asked what is it, you know, and he said venison. I was like, oh yeah, they did brought back a deer, but the deer is right there.
This dish doesn't taste like the other venison that I ate last
If
night.
you've heard a rumor, yes, we found a girl who was with the man who took Alec from us. When the sun rises, I'll lead a group out to pick up her trail. We'll follow it to wherever they're hiding, and we'll bring that man to justice.
You should kill both of them.
Your
It's a s-
daddy attacked first, honey. I'm
Yep.
sorry,
And
but
we-
it is true.
We talked about this. It's the circle of hate. Like if you kill Joel, then Ellie's gonna want revenge. Whoa. This other
But she's
side.
hurting. She just lost her dad.
I know.
That is so abusive behavior.
He is a crazy man. It's the other side of him.
Not
I know you
crazy.
think you don't have a father
Manipulator.
anymore. But the truth is, Hannah, you will always have a father. And you will show him respect when he's speaking.
Oh my god. He sees himself as the father figure, like the
Well,
leader that
he's
knows
the
better.
father of the community, so
Yeah.
yeah, in a
He
sense.
has crazy power. All the shots of them eating, that makes me just more,
Yeah.
you know, it confirms to me that it's not venison.
You might be true that only a select few knows what's going on with the food.
Because not everyone would agree to do that, but he needs to keep them calm, he needs to keep them fed.
He needs to provide. Just like in Bambi, the hunters are coming.
Yeah. Her part in the game is frustrating because you don't have the strength you're used to with Joel, but it is a nice challenge though, to have to think differently,
Stay
and
alert.
change your way of playing.
This man's not already dead. He's dangerous. About the girl. We bring her back with us. If we leave her out here, she'll die.
Yeah, maybe that's God's will.
We don't go there. I am God's will.
I am God.
Shut the fuck up, you're not the main character anymore.
There are men coming, okay? I'm gonna lead them away from you. But if anybody makes it down here, you fucking kill them. You got it? Don't you not fall asleep.
He needs a couple more hours. Come.
Too
early, Mom! 5 minutes.
Alright, right now, he cannot move, but he's freaking out. He's going, oh shit, oh
He's
shit.
gonna find the strength to eventually get out there.
Hey, motherfuckers!
You're gonna make him get her? oh, I mean, you got taken down by Troy Baker.
Yeah.
He needed to be at least important for one thing. And if Ellie kills him,
And they got our meat. Well, she's
We got
knocked
her.
out.
Do it.
he's not gonna let you.
I said alive.
2 of you with me. Drag the horse. The rest of you, stay here, go door to door. You so hungry for vengeance? Deliver it.
Right now he's got this image of a savior with a girl in his arms.
It's always been the thing with the character, like he kind of looks like the one that wants to help the little girl and stuff, but then it's the twisted way he does it, and then the dark side of the whole thing, and you're like, oh, it's not so innocent.
Oh
Come on,
shit,
my man.
I need to wake up. Do. My time to play. When it matters, he can get up.
Yep.
No second meaning.
We wanted to see badass Joel. Let's go, man. The contractor.
Oh, nice.
Go to sleep.
My nostril is literally just stab his knife in his neck.
El contractor.
Oh. Oh shit.
That's taking a lot out
That
of
took
him.
everything out of me.
Yeah.
I started worrying you wouldn't wake up. The others, they want me to kill you for all that's happened. But I stopped them.
Fuck you.
You can't survive on your own. No one can. But I can help you. Let me protect you.
It's like he gets soft of having these people under his care. The more, the
I
merrier.
ain't your friends.
It's almost like he found power in religion. He kind of sees himself as the all-knowing, all-powerful prophet and stuff.
Usually those type of people love when they can break someone and mold them to what they want. So the fact that she's a tough one is gonna be more enticing
Like
to
he
him.
demands respect, like the way he fucking hit that girl. and
Strike that
stuff.
girl, yeah.
Oh, shit.
Timothy is no more. Oh,
Oh, I remember this scene.
torture. Why am I smiling when I'm saying torture? I don't know.
Because we know the scene.
I don't know any girl.
Ow! That is
I
fucking me.
used to be a hunter. Then Joel fucking stabbed me in the knee.
You focus right now, or I'll pop your fucking kneecap off.
She's alive.
Where?
The town.
What town?
Woohoo!
Wait, it's a resort.
points too.
It's the Joel of the past, the one people have been talking about.
It's where we are. It's where we
The ones that gets things done.
I'll tell you, I'm not. Why the fuck did you do that? He told you what you wanted. I ain't telling you shit.
It's okay.
No.
I believe him.
No.
It's a brutal scene, but Jesus Christ, he had like big dick energy in that one. You don't touch his little girl. The Joel that lost Sarah learned the hard way. This one is ready. Did she see the meat?
Yep.
For what it's worth, this is just deer meat, I swear.
You're gonna chop me up into little pieces.
I'd rather not. But what was I supposed to do? Let them starve? These people who put their lives in my hands?
Yeah, maybe.
You don't believe that. You see a lot. So do I. And you know what I see when I look at you? Me. You're a natural leader. You're smart. Loyal.
You don't fucking know her. Not that she's not all of this, but violent, hey boy.
You have a violent heart. And I should know. I've always had a violent heart.
I'm not surprised.
I'm a shepherd surrounded by sheep, and all I want is an equal. Think of what we could do together. As strong as we are, we'd grow, spread out, and we'd do whatever we needed for our people.
And see, this sounds...
Imagine the life we could give them. Imagine the life we could build.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, dude.
You little cunt. Let's see what I go tell the others now.
Ellie, tell them that Ellie is the little girl who broke your fucking finger!
How did you put it? Tiny little pieces?
Fuck you! He's just as creepy in the show.
Yep.
You can do this, Ellie. You can get out. You can save yourself. And Joel will be there to pick up the pieces. We'll have to talk about, you know, how we said that people do crazy shit during the apocalypse, and
Yeah.
we let that go, but there's a limit. And I think the
Like
worst...
what?
Well, not telling the people that follow you that you're giving them human meat. That's one of the fucking limits. We'll talk about this later, but...
Shut up!
Please don't!
Had your chance!
I'm infected! And now so are you.
I mean,
Look at it!
who's to say that he wouldn't turn?
What did you say? Everything happens for a reason, right?
No, she would have turned by now. This isn't real.
Well, it was fun while it lasted. I still love you. Killed by the main character. Not as crazy as the voice actor for Tommy, but it's an honor. I love this.
That is for a fire hazard, girl.
Well, it's gonna catch fire.
There's no way out, Ellie. The doors are locked. Ellie!
My dad's coming! Any minute now!
Ellie!
This is a moment where she needs to fight for herself.
You don't know how good I am! You don't know what I could have given you! Well, I have news for you. Neither one of us is dying today.
Yeah,
I've
right.
decided you do need a father. So I'm gonna keep you, and I'm gonna teach you.
Don't do right before you hit him and surprise him.
The fighting is the part I like the most.
He's a fucking disgusting piece of shit.
There's no fear in love.
Oh.
This is the acting that you wanted.
Freaking loved it.
It's me. It's okay, baby girl.
Oh, girl.
I got you.
I don't really know where they're going. They're gonna get her and they're gonna be like, oh fuck. Jesus fuck. Oh wow. I was waiting for this episode.
I freaking loved it. Just like in the game, missing the broken song because that part was just the final touch that really bring
song?
everything together with what happened.
The broken song.
Yeah.
They have given us the broken song in the show before, so
We heard it before with Joel.
yeah, that's why I'm like, it's not, I think for me it's okay. I think the fact that we stayed a lot on Ellie as the fire is getting bigger and bigger behind her, and it gets kind of blurry and stuff, and just she keeps hitting him and she keeps screaming, and I think that's why I was like, you wanted acting from her?
Oh yeah.
I think
Compared to the first episode, she brought it.
she brought it. Well, last episode too. Like I think she's been
No,
really good.
I mean, if I compare the previous last episode compared to really the first one, she really brought her acting game. The more that she was playing Ellie, and this episode was just like chef kiss.
So David in the game is a fucking creepy character, and in this one they also made him fucking creepy,
Yeah,
even a bit more.
In the video game, it was kind of implied that it was a creep like that.
He does there's the scene where he takes her hand and he's like, oh, together
Yeah.
and stuff. It's in the game too, so
I know.
it's not just vibes. Like he heavily implies that he wants her, so it's not like we imagined it. Like it is how it is. He is creepy. To make him, this preacher, this teacher turned preacher and stuff, and also to have him say like he's not really religious and stuff. That just shows the whole all of the layers of manipulation he's using, because these people need religion, so that's what he's gonna give them. He didn't want to be like, he's not a real preacher. Well, he is a preacher, but he's not religious.
He's not a believer.
He's not a believer. It's not about him believing. It's about them believing. That's why I'm like, I'm saying it said on the, they wrote,
When in need.
He shall provide.
Yeah.
Which would be something you write about God. Like, he shall give you what you need when you're desperate for something. But I think he sees himself as the he in the sentence. Like, he sees himself as the provider. He called himself, like, usually the father would be God, but he sees himself as...
Usually the father of a family structure will provide for his family security, food, anything that you need, or the mother figures.
Yeah,
the
but
father of a community will provide the same things, security, food, what they need.
But whereas,
Same thing
in
as
religion,
God.
the father, the priest, would be calling God the father. Like, he's the one that you look up to and stuff. David here talked about God, but he wanted them to look at him. That's why he stroked the girl and he was like, you have a father. Like, he didn't mean God, he meant him. Like, when he talks, you fucking respect it and you listen. Like, it was about control, it was about power. The fact that he was a teacher kind of fits, because he would have been in control of the classroom too. Like, people would have been listening, and when the apocalypse hit, there's no fucking surprise. He found religion after. He found power. He found something, and he was fascinated by the cordyceps and the infection and how it evolved and how it spread, and he kind of saw himself following that same path to do the same, have control and have power over the people that are lost. And when I said
his own virus, his own fungus,
sort of like he's a fucking plague. When when I said we were gonna talk about the limits and how people can do stuff. When Joel kills people to survive, we can't really judge him We can be like, I would never do that, like, although we don't know, but we can say, I would never do that and I don't agree, but I'm not judging you because you did what you thought you had to do to survive. You had people to save. When you look at the bandits, we can disagree. I still call them the bandits. They were not bandits, but the people from episode 4 or 5.
Revolution!
Yeah, well, they were not bandits, but the stuff they did, I don't agree with, and I hope I wouldn't, do that if I was in the same situation, but we understand where they come from, and I'm not necessarily judging, but there are limits where if you cross those limits, I'm gonna fucking judge. This is one. I'm not gonna judge you if you and your community are starving, you're on the brink of death, like you're suffering, you don't know what to do, and you make a communal decision to eat your dead. If you decide to kill an innocent to eat, I'm gonna judge. Because why do you deserve to survive by killing, someone who hasn't done anything? Like Joel killed people that went after him, Although it is implied that he killed innocents. Okay. It gets complicated, but we talked about the plane crash and stuff where people ate their dead and stuff. Cannibalism is awful, it's terrible and stuff. I'm not gonna judge people who did it if it's the last resort.
I'm gonna stop you there for a sec. Depending on your culture and your ritual, some culture see cannibalism as a way of life. So it depends from where you're coming from. First of all,
I don't agree.
Okay.
I don't agree, but I'm not gonna judge if, as a group, like for example, the survivor from the plane crash, like they're gonna blame themselves enough. Like they don't need people that weren't there to judge them on what happened. So if, as a group, they had decided, well, we're starving and stuff, and even like if someone had said, because there's been stories about that, to sailors that were lost at sea and they decide to draw straws, and but everyone agrees in that in that scenario. Everyone agrees, and if you pick the short straw, you agree. You're not necessarily you're not happy about it,
and eat it.
But you agree to sacrifice yourself to help others. But in that case, everyone is aware. Everyone knows what's going on. The fact that he's not telling them, the fact that he's making them believe that everything is all right because he wants to keep control. It's not about survival. It's about him being in control, and that's the line. That's where I judge. Yeah, so I think that's okay. I'm gonna come back to what I said, because when I said that, you don't kill innocents, and then you said Joel did kill innocents, and then I don't judge Joel. I would say the reasons behind what you do matter. Joel did it to survive. He's not doing it to survive. He's doing it to stay in control. He doesn't want to allow them to doubt him, question him, and leave him if they want to. So he wants them to blindly follow him. So he's gonna keep them happy, give them food, say it's venison. No fucking wonder, like, Troy Baker's character, James, was like, he wasn't believing anymore, but he was aware that they were eating people, so maybe that's where the line was, and he was like, well, I'm starting to believe that our little thing here doesn't really work. And the guy was like, no, have faith, have faith.
Yeah,
well,
no.
So if you don't tell your people what you're doing, and the reason behind it is not survival, it's not for the good of the people, it's for your own good, your own, support. So the people around you look up to you and they love you. It's selfish as fuck. This is where I put my line.
So you don't believe that as a leader of a group, sometimes for their own protection, you need to hide some truth?
I believe in democracy. I believe everyone has a say in what's going on. And if someone was telling me you're eating venison and it was human meat and I found out, I would be fucking crazy about this. It's not something you should force anyone to do. So what he did was disgusting. Give them the choice. If this is really the last resort, give them the choice. They should be able to say, well, no, I don't want to do that, so I'm going to leave the community and I'm going to try on my own. But he's saying, oh, alone, everyone dies and stuff. He's not giving them a chance. So this is, okay, so I decide this is where I put my line. The motives, the reasons behind what you're doing. If I can understand them, I can rationalize them, like the girl from episode 3, Caitlin?
Yeah.
Episode 3, 4, 4, 5.
Yeah.
She was ridden with grief. She was punishing the ones that betrayed them. She was trying to look out. Yes, it was personal, but she was also looking out for her community.
You can understand them even if they're not technically right.
I can understand them, but we did criticize when she started, forgetting about her community and she started going on her own for her revenge plans. When she started not making rational decisions because she was, she wanted revenge for what happened to her. So when you're the leader of a community and you start thinking about yourself more than others, you lose my respect. So she lost my respect then, and she got bit in the ass for what happened. It's the same with him. He's losing all respect because he's not a leader. He's a fanatic. Like, he's a fucking, he loves the attention, he loves the power, and he wants to keep it, so he's going to make he's going to commit atrocities to keep it. So it's not about saving them, it's not about helping anyone, it's about himself. So this is my line in the apocalypse. In real life, it's different, but in the apocalypse, this is my line.
Alright.
When you start talking about something and you're very confident about what you're about to say, and then you realize that you said something that went completely against what you're about to say, and you're like, shit, I gotta find a way to make this work.
I understand, yeah, just fine. But seriously, I know that just for me, this chapter was one of your favorite in the video game. Did it live up to your expectation?
I do love the fact that they kept the scene where Joel tortures the guys, because
Yeah, did you see me freaked out?
we freaked out. Like, again, okay, I will say, shamelessly, it is easy to forgive Joel for the stuff he does because it's Joel. We love him.
Yeah.
And, again, he's not doing it for himself, he's doing it to save someone else.
But I mean, times is of the essence.
Yep.
You need to do it quick. They captured one of your own. You don't know what they're gonna do to her. It's the crazy world right now.
And it's about,
So you need to get answers and fast.
And it's also about, he's not going to let them... He can't appear weak. Like, he couldn't let them believe that he wasn't going to kill them. He couldn't let them believe that he was going to let them go. Well, he could, but that was manipulation at his finest. Like, he had to... he needed the truth because, like you said, time was of the essence. He needed to get to Ellie.
Technically, he never said that he was about to let them go. It's just that he won't break off his kneecap.
No, but
Not the same
he
thing.
wanted the first one to believe that if you fucking lie and the guy behind you says, gives me a different answer, I'm gonna come back and stuff. Like, he made it appear like he was gonna suffer a lot. So the guy gave him the truth, but he never really had the intention. Like, the other guy was just a tool to help him get the truth, and then after that he was done with them. Letting them live meant having more enemies after him later. Like, it's the circle of hatred. If you kill someone, the people that care about that person come after you later. That little girl, if she's still alive, like, she's still alive, but like later on, if she meets Joel and stuff, like, who's to say that she wouldn't try to kill him? And she would be in her right, technically, even though the father attacked
She's gonna
first.
go after her own Beatrice kiddo, you said?
But that's the thing, like,
Revenge.
everyone, I said it several times, but everyone is the hero of their own story. That little girl lost her father. The father attacked first. Joel had a girl to protect. It's in this world, it's all, you're fighting for yourself and your loved ones. And I don't remember in which movie they said that. I mean, I think it is Kill Bill. When she's, Beatrice is like, she killed one of the assassins. She killed her. And then she looked at the daughter and she said, when you're older, if you want revenge, it's fine. You can come to me.
Come find me.
Yeah. So she understands, like, I did this for revenge, but by doing this, I literally put you in the same shoes as I was. So if you want revenge in the future, I'll understand. So it is the same thing here. Like, it's the cycle of hatred. Joel protected Ellie, but he needs to understand that if he kills people, he probably, kills family people, like fathers, mothers, children and stuff. He leaves them alone. So it's you got to protect yourself, you got to protect your loved ones, but they've got to do the same. So it's really complicated to put yourself on one side or the other. He's the main character, so it's easy to forget and forgive, but
Because we're from his point of view?
yeah. And in any case, it's a shitty world, and they got to make the most of it. But people like David need to go.
Were you satisfied with
Yeah,
the amount
that
of
was the
fight
question.
that we received?
Yeah, I was happy with the torture scene because it showed that other side of Joel, the side that learned a long time ago that he needs to act and he can't trust people, he can't believe that they're gonna be, gentle and nice and trustful. He can't do that because he trusted a soldier once and he lost his daughter because of it.
Needs to get things done.
He needs to get things done. So it's the side of him that I kind of wanted to see. I'm still waiting for the carnage. There's still last episode with the fireflies. There's a bunch of guys he could go after. I'm not saying it's I like that we saw this side. Like the fighting wasn't necessary in this episode as much as the brutality he was capable of, because that's dark side of him that comes out when he needs to protect Ellie. I will say it, for people who have played the game, it does feel a bit rushed, a little bit. But
I mean,
whenever I think in the episode, sorry, I'm cutting you off, but
that's fine.
whenever in the episode I think, it is a bit rushed, like we're jumping over a lot of stuff. I gotta remind myself, well, we're jumping over the gameplay. The story is all there, and for people who haven't played the game, the story fits, the story is good, and the story, follows itself perfectly. So there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that for us who have played the game, there's so much gameplay missing that it feels like everything is rushed.
It feels rushed, yeah. But it is true with what they showed us. Basically, only a few were what's going on with David. Like, he's really a few henchmen. And Ellie killed James. She killed Troy Baker.
Yeah,
That's one.
Ellie did everything like she did in the game, except the running away in the snow part.
Yeah.
But she doesn't. Well, she can kill as soon as she finds her weapons and stuff or guns. She can kill people, but it's mostly about running away. So they kind of mashed it up together. Like as soon as she leaves, she's in the last place.
Basically, Joel killed every last henchman that was at
Joel killed a few people in the town.
And what's threats is just a bunch of women and children and people who doesn't know what's going on.
In this,
technically harmless people. So
that's why I said in this part of the story the carnage wasn't necessary. I like I said, I got my torture scene. It's not so much about wanting violence, it's about wanting to see that side of Joel that makes him so great and such a great character, because he's not the perfect. Well, that's why.
Got it.
Yeah, I got it, because I don't want Joel to be like, people talk about him as this guy who did terrible things and he was ruthless and he did these things to survive. Like, that's great, but if as soon as we see him, he's this white character who never does anything wrong, who only kills when he has to, he does only kill when he has to, but who, barely hurts people, and he's like, he's running away from the conflict and stuff, like, that's not the Joel you introduced us to.
No.
So that's not the one I
It is true that technically with the gameplay, multiple times we can just beat the shit out of the character, stab them in the neck like we just saw in that episode. But yay, nice. But
it was cool
is
to
true
see Ellie
that
kill Troy.
when you play Joel, you have this brutality when you can attack your opponents.
It's a brutality that's necessary in this world. That's why he survived for this long. So, like, some people, would survive in this apocalyptic world, or some people we would see in this show and we would be like, how did they survive all this time? Because they don't seem capable of doing what's necessary to survive this long.
Yeah.
If they lived in the QZ, followed the rules, and did everything as they were told, I get it. But if they lived outside and they had to survive and they faced, bandits and clickers and stuff all the time, like, they gotta get tough. Like, that's why Ellie has a great
fight for the
journey.
fetus.
What?
Fight for the fetus.
Survival of the fittest.
Okay, yes.
Yeah. That's why, Ellie's journey, she starts, really innocent, and, she gets her first kill, and she feels guilt about that, and she feels troubled about that, and eventually she becomes this force to be reckoned with, and now she lost. If there was still innocence in her here, she lost it, because if she still thought that people were not the true monsters in this world, now forget that. Like, now she knows the real monsters are the people that took the apocalypse and made it an opportunity for themselves. The clickers, they're animals. They react on instinct. they're not manipulative. They're not cruel. They're not disgusting like this. Like, they don't do shit like that. But people like David, they will tell you one thing. They will appear like this benevolent figure, and then they'll turn around and they'll do this shit.
Yeah.
So the real monsters are right there, and it's the stuff that they can do to you. That's why you can't trust people. That's why when you find someone like Joel, or someone that you can consider family, you stay close to them and you defend them, because there are so few. You don't know who you can trust. So in that episode, she loses all innocence. She loses almost that spark that makes her like the whole world, which is why the giraffes in the next episode are so important.
So I can say I'm a giraffe now?
Yeah, but I mean, it's the beauty, like, we'll talk about this next episode, but for someone who keeps seeing the beauty in the world, stuff that, oh, wow, like, cars, amazing, did you fly in one of those, you know, planes and shit, and it's so beautiful, like, she sees the beauty in the world, but now she just saw the ugliness, the stuff that Joel always, you know, is trying to warn her about, and he's like, oh, you don't want to see this, well, that's the ugliness.
Yeah.
And so that's why she has a character arc here. But Joel had that character arc during the 20 years after he lost Sarah. So that's why I'm saying, like, I kind of need to see that dark side of him, because he's supposed to have gone through this already. So I'm not pissed about how the show takes it. You know, I think whenever I'm questioning it, I'm like reminding myself, well, it's not supposed to be like the game. And the important scenes they keep and the bigger fights are important, and the lack of confrontation, like I said last episode and the episode before that and whatever.
It's been a while since we've seen a clicker, right?
Yes. We're supposed to see some next episode, but they're not the real enemy in those types of shows and movies and
People
stuff.
are the real enemy.
Exactly. But yeah, so the lack of confrontation makes the few confrontations that we have bigger and more important. So it still works. I'm just a little disappointed that that darker side of Joel doesn't come out more often, but it works for the story. You know, it will come out whenever he needs to defend Ellie, whenever it really matters, and whenever he, you know, there's no other choice. So, and as for the fast pace of the show, that's just because we're used to the game. We're used to the long hours of gameplay.
Yeah.
So for someone who hasn't played,
Walking
it's
into
probably
walls, looking at ceilings, stuff like that for me.
So that's my only criticism, and my criticism is only based on my experience with the game and what we expected from the show. But what we get is not bad at all. No. That's why I'm still excited to show it to other people, especially people who haven't played the game, because I kind of want to see how they're gonna
react
get the
to
story.
it.
Yeah.
All right.
So I wasn't disappointed at all by this episode.
No,
The David. Ugh.
Seriously, I think this one might be one of my favorite. From what I saw until now, that might be one of my favorite.
Yeah. It was really good. I gotta agree. David was creepy as shit. Troy Baker was in it. Got killed by the main character. That's always great. And yeah, we like I said, we got to see that glimpse of the dark Joel, the one I expected to see eventually.
The contractor.
The contractor. Okay, so
right.
next episode is the finale. So
Yay!
we're
Nice.
gonna look for the light. We're gonna meet with the Fireflies and finish this and set up season 2.
All right.
This has been great, and hopefully you guys have been enjoying watching this with us. If you want to see the next episode, the last one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below, as well as a full-length reaction to this episode.
Yeah, and if you don't, the next one will be on YouTube next week.
Yes.
So see you next time.
Bye.